What up, though, homies and homies? It's your homeboy Grand Tizzle, and we're back. And we're back for a brand new set of tutorials, and they're going to be much different than the first style flyers. And what the goal is to equip you with a variety of different style of flyers so that you can appeal to a broader market. And we're still going to keep it hip hop and urban, but this is more or less kind of like for DJs and, you know, real hype parties and things like that. In my next series, we're going to be covering more corporate style so that you can do gas stations and stores and businesses and other, you know, weddings and, you know, different things like that. So we're going to make sure that we cover all genres, and I want to make sure that you're equipped with not just doing flyers for, you know, homies in the hood, but corporate flyers, you know, marriages, graduations, you know, funerals, you know, things like that. So anyway, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and move on to our first setting, and that's basically to find some characters. So what we're going to do, fam, is I'm gonna make sure that you should have all these different things already in place. You know, the brushes, the fonts, and even the characters. So we're gonna kind of dig around a little bit and you know, get to the nitty-gritty of things. So you should already have the reference materials and things like that, templates and things. So the first thing I want to do is reach out in here and find, let's see, we're going to use people. This is going to be kind of a people type thing. I prefer to use a DJ, but I don't have any DJs downloaded right now, but we can kind of use something a little rugged. So maybe this would be a good one. You know, just for what we're trying to do. Yeah, that's pretty good. We'll use this one and find some way to work that in somehow. All right. So anyway, I'm not a fan of the gun situation, you know, but you know, we'll figure it out. All right. What I'm gonna do is, because this is going to be like a red, white, and black theme, we're gonna go ahead and change some of the clothes, the color of the clothes. So maybe I'll see if I can, here, I'm gonna do another layer, and we just want to kind of just paint red. Okay, you know what I'm saying? That wasn't supposed to happen. It was supposed to be painted. Okay, here, let me double back that. Oh no, that's good. We can keep it like that. All right. No, I like it black. So the reason why I did the other layer, and of course I'm freestyling, y'all, and it's good to freestyle because in case you run into any issues, you know, you can, you know, kind of show how to overcome some of the issues. The reason why I put on another layer is just in case something like that happens. All right, so what we're going to do instead is maybe we can make the jacket red. So what I'll do is here, let's right click that and we'll rasterize that so that I can make a double of it. And maybe we can take, because what I'm looking to do is find the quickest way to make a selection. So I think by maybe doing a quick selection, we'll see how this quick selection will work. Okay. So that look like that's been working. So we'll kind of do it like that. Oops. All right, we'll go back up there and cut that. But we got to be careful because the jacket almost matching her skin. Okay, let's hold Alt so we can erase that part. Get rid of that. Add that back in there. Okay. All right, so this was cool. I'm gonna hold Shift and add this part too. All right, and you know, kind of just build around that. Now the benefits of this, of course, is variety, and your viewers and your watchers, or you know, your people that's ordering from you, maybe with here, let me see if we can get that. when they see that you have a variety of styles, they may not necessarily care for the styles. Here, let me undo that. Sorry about that. Back up. But as a customer, they may not necessarily care for the styles. But what happens is when they see that you do have a variety, it helps them to know or respect you as the expert. So if you have a lot of different styles, they know you can cover all genres. There's no need for them to go anywhere else. And that is the goal. That's the idea behind. Let's create another layer here. Or better yet, here, this is what I'm doing. I'm gonna hold Control Copy and then paste, Control V. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually take this texture and make it red. So we'll go up to Adjustment, we'll go to Saturation, and then we go to Colorize. And as you see, it added a color. We can boost up our saturation. And it's look like it's already on red. So what's good about that is that we kind of keep all of the texture and things like that. Well, we just change the color. All right. So it's a few other things you can do, but I'm really going to keep it really that simple because I'm really not trying to really get deep off into a lot of different things with the tutorial. So I'm gonna hold Control E and mesh them all together so I can kind of move that around, and we can go ahead and move that out the way. Now this is going to be a rugged, busy, hype type of flyer. You're going to feel the energy from the flyer. So with that being said, we're going to take our eraser button, and we're going to go to some paint strokes. Now you should have all these brushes, and if you don't, I apologize for that. You should have them, but if you don't, or there's some other brushes that you'd be interested in, go over to brusheasy.com. Now I'm going to be downloading some more brushes, and when I do, if you're a member or if you got my contact information, just hit me up, email me, text me 1-248-687-9861, and just ask me, T, you got some more brushes? And if I do, I'll shoot them over to you, because we found, All right, so I'm looking to get right here. I think this is good. This is some paint strokes, obvious paint strokes. But then we got some other ones. And what I'm looking to do is find some brushes and almost act like, here we go, right here. I want to treat her like she's actually kind of brushed in. So we'll pick this brush, and let's see, must be big. So we'll shrink it down so we can kind of see it here. All right, right there. And let's move it like that. Yeah. Kind of, you know what I mean? And let's turn it out. We'll select the brush preset here, and we'll flip this so that I can kind of adjust the direction and angle. You see that? And then let's turn it a little bit more, and then we kind of cross like that. Okay, cool. All right, and we're going to keep with that brush theme, right? So we're going to be, we're going to hang around this, or should I say that we're going to come back to that eventually. All right, so because I don't have a particular thing I want to say, I guess I can kind of just randomly put some dates and information up in there like that. So I'll just say right now, like 26 of and let me kind of pick a font for that. Let's choose to keep up with a theme like that's something like kind of fast and hype and busy. You want to look at some fast type fonts. You don't want to put this is a good explanation of like a fast type font, right? And it's the, fonts talk. They talk to you. And this kind of says I'm in a hurry. You know what I'm saying? Or it's urgent. It speaks with urgency. This one kind of speaks for urgency, not necessarily because it's leaning, because you can have some other fonts that's leaning like this one, but this one don't speak with urgency. So to kind of stick in with the theme here, I'm going to find something kind of digitized, and something that we can say is moving with some type of urgency. So I've been doing graphics for a long time, very, very long time. And I'm an artist, I'm a painter. So I Oh, and I'm a graffiti artist. I've been doing graffiti artists for quite some time, and I learned from some cats from New York that came up to Detroit, and they started bombing everything. And I was like, "What y'all doing?" And it was like, "We bombing." I was like, "Man, that bomb looked dope because, it's very artistic." And make a long story short, I wanted to learn how to do graffiti, and they was, New Yorkers is naturally talented. And I don't mean to blab on, fam. I'm just kind of giving you a little bit of history. Yeah, maybe we can do this one here. Okay, yeah, that's a good one there. Let's make this same color red as the jacket. Maybe a little darker. Okay. And they was explaining to be a really good graffiti artist, you really want to pay attention to, we'll say that's going to be May. You really want to pay attention to the fonts, the sizes, the layouts. We're getting some variety here. So we're say something like May. Now you can see immediately it's starting to come together. You see how the theme is working itself out? And then let's just say Saturday. And we'll color that red too. Let's pick that and keep that the same color as that. And maybe just to kind of give this a little variety, we'll kind of spread that out a little and shrink it down. Okay, that's good. But you see already it's kind of got some nice little movement going on there. You know what I mean? And we almost are there. So when you do certain things, let's go ahead and get another brush here, and we're going to work with our background. I'll kind of add some variety and movement to our background. So let's try to find that brush again we used on her. I think it was this, but we can pick anything. Okay, we'll use this, and let me turn this here. We'll pick our brush preset toggler thingy. Sorry about that. We'll just make you 90 degrees, and let's paint us up a little red like background here, and maybe some deeper, darker reds. Yeah, cool. And let's see, maybe we can twist it. But yeah, I know I stopped the subject about the graffiti artists. But basically, what these guys were saying is the lettering and the sizes of the letters and things like that. I'm gonna change that to red. That was very important, and it's funny because they never went to school to learn that stuff. Let's add some other little splotches. It was just a natural thing. It just came from it came from the culture. It came from the art. They just like naturally knew what to do. You know what I mean? So they was basically saying, a good graffiti artist just know, and they really put a lot of emphasis on text. The secret is text, fam. The secret is fonts and typography. It's really all about typography. The magic is literally in the typography. So when you're creating flyers and things like that, you want to try to really try to remember that flyers is text driven. Flyers is about information. So the idea is to lay out the information as pretty as you possibly can, as attractive. You want to appeal to the eye. You want the eye to suck to the image, to what they're looking at, and you want you want let's get another brush. You want the information readable at the same time, as well as attractive looking. All right, so let's go ahead and I'm gonna put a black, because we're gonna kind of like add some text there here. Now if it don't show up super black, just go ahead and just paint it in. And that's behind her. Let's see, maybe we can kind of just put some other little dirt in the background. There's some stuff up here. So when you paint this on, it's going to automatically kind of do light. So you got to like click it a number of times, especially if you got this brush, just to kind of, you know, get some things going on. All right, and we want to put some other little grungy elements in the background. So what I can do right now is let's go ahead and like select the gray and kind of just blow it up, and I'm gonna put this under that layer because this is not going to be the emphasis, right? That's too dark, but it's okay. I'll lighten it up a little bit by going to the opacity. Yeah, and we just really just want variety and texture in the background, right? So we can get some dark parts and turn the brush from different ways. Yeah, you know, something like that. And then maybe you get something like really light. And you know, it really don't matter what you do, because once we start putting the text there, and we're going to be putting a lot of emphasis on, you know, the way the text is laid out, things like that. So you definitely want to pay attention to that. Okay. And let's see, I want we want to kind of keep it modern too. So maybe, and I may have to go over to Brush Easy and get some more brushes, but let's see what this can do, because I kind of want some rectangular type things, but I want them thinner. Let's see if I can find something here. Because I want the effect of like, still kind of want the vibe of technology. Or here's a nice, that was something, but we'll use that on for something else. All right, let me, maybe we can get some dots. Dots is always useful. Making something like really organic and busy, right? And maybe even some darker dots. And let me do another layer, because I'm gonna do some fading. So we do some darker dots. Do something like that, maybe like that, and then we'll go here and fade this, because we don't really want the harsh edge like that. Well, we can use it, but not for this one, not for this tutorial. Okay. All right. So now we got like some serious texture going on back there. All right. So let's start putting some text elements in there. Let's call this, let me see, she holding a gun, she got a thing. Let's call this dance, dance something. You can call it what you want, rap battle, dance battle, something like that. We'll keep it behind her, but above the other stuff. And maybe we can push her over here a little bit. See this dance, and maybe let me see if I can find some other type of movement, some kinetics, some text. Let's see how this looks. Nah, we kind of want speed, like a need for speed, Okay, maybe that. I'm gonna try this, right? But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lean it. So I'm gonna stretch it. I'm gonna kind of bring it together, kind of change the font style altogether, right? So you can always take a text and kind of rearrange how it looks by using some of the tools. See, we driving it together, then we can blow it up. You know what I'm saying? So we make it almost a altogether different font altogether. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna say I'm gonna call that Dance Crew, right? Maybe let's drag that together a little more. Okay. And I'm kind of in the way of that. All right, and let's go ahead and color that red. Maybe a little darker red. And let's go ahead and tilt that. So we'll go to our image here, and we'll go to skew, and we'll take that boy, lean it. So now we took the font that really had nothing to do with that style, but we pretty much gave her our own, our own flavor. So let's go ahead and put like a crew, Dance Crew. Obviously that font is way too little, so let's see, where are we? Let's do 72. Crew. All right, and let's get that the right size too. And of course we'll put it under, and we can keep it like that, or we can make it black. Let me see how it looks after it's black. Okay, let's see here. Let's see if we select it, if we stretch it, what happens. I guess that's kind of okay. Let's shrink this down, it's kind of big. And we go ahead and do this. All right, so we can actually either keep like that. Let me see how it looks skewed. And if it looked better skewed, then we're going to keep it like that. But if not, so remember I was saying how graffiti artists pay attention to a lot. They pay attention to detail when it comes to text and the way it flows and things like that. I'm thinking this is kind of gonna be all right. I think we probably could have picked a better font, but I need some other more urban type fonts. All right, so let me go ahead and make this a little bit more redder. Not that red, just a little. Okay, that's cool. All right, and yeah, let's maybe shrink that down a little more. All right, and let's say something like, for example, we can say, Bang Time presents. Now we're going to pay attention to spacing, like the art of spacing, and the art of different sizes and things like that. Like what would be the appropriate text to use to kind of make them all blend in, right? So a good font probably would be, and I'm just saying something like Bang Time presents. What is Bang Time? Bang Time. Everybody be having funny names. Maybe something kind of thin and tall here. So let's try this here, and let's put that back on regular. Okay. If that could be bold, I would probably use that. But let's try that. Okay, much better. That's much better. And then let's kind of stretch it out a little bit. Shrink it down now. I need a new mouse because my mouse is cheap, so it's not moving precisely the way I want it to. Bang Time presents Dance Crew, and then here, let me back this up a little bit. All right, come on. Here, maybe this here. Cool. All right, and yeah, we halfway there. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's place another image here, and this image could be, let's see, maybe the host. So who would be the host of something like this? This right there. Everybody carrying guns. Don't ask me why, they just is. So we'll do that. Slide this over here, and she can be Moneybag Girl or whatever you want to call her, right? So you're looking at like composition. You got like a weight and balance is what we kind of looking at here. You know, look at the placements. Like, let's go ahead and like right here, this is kind of like canvas space or real estate, right? You're always looking for real estate when you putting fonts and information, things like that, places. So this would be, you know, DJ Rose. No, what's her name? What was her name? Sphinx. You know what I'm saying? Her name would be DJ Sphinx. And we want to use like a bold, broad letter. I mean, text or font. You know what I'm saying? Because the name is featured, you see. And let's make that white. That's for contrast. Let's bring them letters together a little tight. Let's kind of place it here. DJ Sphinx. Boom. And we'll go ahead and move that on down a little bit. All right. And of course we should move this behind her. And go ahead and move her to the side. So it's okay for her to cover it up because everybody know who she is. You know, she DJ Sphinx. And then we can, you know, attempt to put some logos and things like that. Let's say maybe who's sponsored by, you know, sponsors. And let's kind of just shrink this down because the sponsor really don't have to be emphasized, you know. So we'll shrink it, and we'll push it over here. Say sponsors there. We'll say, you know, sponsored by Remy. Remy always sponsoring something. And we'll blow it up. Right? You want the logo, you know, everybody always want their logo or some type of sponsor, right? So you can have it there. And then, you know, another one. Advert. I don't know. And then maybe we change the font to something like that because it's a logo, you know. Shrink it down. All right, so anything else we can add to this here? Maybe we'll put this, we'll put both of them up here because you want to keep in mind that you want contrast. Like, you always want contrast when you're doing flyers. You want to make it readable. So even though all of the stuff is going on, you're still in a position to where is readable. So for example, let's say we got to put what time they open, and we're going to say opens at 11. let's put this over here. We put it over here. Well, there's a few things I'm gonna need to do with this, but obviously if we put it in the red, you want to do it white, you know, or black, you know what I mean? But we're gonna kind of mix things up a little bit, so we'll do it white right now. Let's pick a font that complements going other directions with the theme. Let's hit that at 0. Let's hit this at auto, and maybe bring it up a little closer. Certain type of spacings when you do fonts and things like that kind of says something to the reader. When you can properly space fonts and things like that, it's just something more appealing to the eyes. So it's something that you really want to pay attention to when you you know, putting together flyers and things like that. So maybe we got a logo going on right here. And we'll make this you know, a little dark burgundy or whatever. And my mouse is acting up. That's the reason why it's doing weird stuff. Like if I click down, I need a new you know, I need a new font. I mean, I need a new mouse, man. This is not gonna work out for me too well. All right, and maybe we can get a bigger event. And I'll just say event flyer, sheesh. Right. And now if you just look at the overall look of it, you know, you can kind of see how you can really put together some really decent stuff. And we 32 minutes into the session, you know what I mean? So there's some basic fundamentals and some basic principles that you want to keep in mind. Now, I don't know what my stupid mouse just did, but it just did something on its own, and I didn't want it to do it. Something gonna be missing, I already know. There's my text right there. But let's see. Girls free before 10. I mean, it can't be free before 10. I'm stroking this. All right, so yeah, so let's kind of shift that in the middle there. Free before 10. Slide that over. Just all kind of information, and you always kind of want to you know, kind of rotate the fonts. You know what I'm saying? You want to kind of break up the monotony of the fonts, but you don't want it like too much all over the place. You want to find your balance and work with that. Okay, I see that's not right. All caps. Girls free before 10. All right, that's better. And maybe we go up here and give it a little bit of space. Let's make it normal first. No, not that one. I like tight. Tight just got this certain type of look to it, right? You know, it kind of gels, you know. Tight gels together. All right. Maybe we can even shrink that down, because we don't really want them to see that, you know. All right, and then yeah, let's, you know, put some other information in here. We got kind of some things kind of spread it out, you know. We'll put the primary information right there. So we'll do something like dance competition, and if I can get some color going on there, you guys will see what I'm talking about. So let's go ahead and pick a readable font, because now it's time to display some important information. So and there's probably going to be a lot of information, So you're always going to want to look for something that's readable, but still eye-catching, right? So you're going to have to use discernment, like, so what's readable and eye-catching? Like, seriously, you know what I mean? You still want it to look good consistently all the way through, but if now once you start having to get a lot of information, you're going to want to use certain type of fonts. Now you can't use any font, y'all. I'm gonna have to do a single course or I can guide and direct you to the course that I actually took, because even though I was doing this for years, I still had to understand. I just kind of had a knack for font layout, but there's rules and regulations that kind of go with that, so I kind of had to tighten it up and learn it. And I can't recall it like detail for detail right now. I can kind of tell you the rough fundamentals of it. But I'm going to guide and direct you to where to go to learn and understand the importance of knowing how to pick fonts and why you would pick certain ones. But just roughly, I can tell you that one popular font, like this is a good one here, this Franklin Demi. And the reason why is because it's readable, but it's thin. Matter of fact, we're gonna go even a little thinner than that. And I don't mean thin, like I mean bold, you know what I mean? Okay. Sometimes you may want to squeeze some letters together using the squeezer, and I'll show you what I'm talking about in a second. But Beaver's New, if I'm pronouncing that right, that's always the go-to. Now here's another one. Yeah, that's a good one. That's definitely a good one we can use, because again, sometimes you got to get a lot of competition. Sometimes you got to get a lot of information in there, and you want it to be readable. And you know, you don't want to use a difficult font. One time this lady had me do a funeral, and she had every single, she loved the swirly fonts. I call it swirly fonts, but she loved the, you know, the floral type fonts. She loved it so much that she had me do the entire obituary like that. And I encouraged her, I say, you know, trust me when I tell you, you don't want to do that. I know it looked beautiful, but you really only want to highlight. You just want to use it as a highlight. That's like, for example, using Dance Crew as the fonts for every single thing on there. You just, you know, you just simply don't want to do it. Contestants free, I don't know, whatever. Yeah, but you definitely want to do that, right? Now let's shrink this down a little bit to kind of show you how we would use this in space. And you know, you want to do something like that, but then you want to like break something like that up. So we'll do something like shrink this, so it can have like a, and it don't have to be all the way. Maybe paint it red, you know, just so it can have some variety, but you can still see it. You know what I'm saying? And you do something like you know, DJ Dirty D. Oh, I got one. No, not DJ Dirty D. DJ Diamond Dog. It's a real good one. DJ Diamond Dog. Okay. And you know, what I'm gonna do is you know, you have the tutorial here, but you're also gonna have access to the, you know, the files, and you can always use it and go in there and, you know, tweak it your own way and things like that. We're going to use this font here. So this font is Rosenberg 2.0. So let's go ahead and select that and turn it to Rosenberg 2.0. But you will have the font. Let's see, Rosenberg. Is it the HHLMNOPQRS? Did I miss it? OPQRS. Where's that at? All right, I must have missed it. Yeah, I missed it somewhere. It must be somewhere else. All right, yeah, this is a different set of fonts. So that's MNOPQR. So Rosenberg is down here somewhere. Right here, Rosenberg 2.0. There we go. All right, and let's make that crispy red. And we shrink that down. You see the weight of it gives so much authority, you know, stands out. So now we have a lot of you know, freakish balance going on here. You see that? See how it's balanced? Okay, and then we'll do something like you know, food, or we'll say wings. And of course you're not, you know, you want to change the font back. We'll keep that in mind, Rosenberg, but you'll want to go back to something thin to kind of keep the balance kind of going back and forth, you know. So let's go to Beavis Noodles, something that I know works. Let me scroll it so you can actually see it here. All right, here we go. Beavis or Beavis Noodle. Let's do that, and make this white. Wings, you know, drinks, you know, pictures, you know, party, fun. Now, of course, you know, everybody's flyer is going to be different, or whatever the case may be, but, you know, just some good stuff to work with. And then you want to probably have something like the address. So we'll say something like, you know, 43, you know, Lemon, Drive, you know, 4897 0, you know. And now we got the address going on, and you kind of want to maybe squeeze a lot of information in there. So you'll say something like, you know, www. You know, dancecrew.com, and the phone number 313. And I like to put some dots there. It always make phone numbers look, you know, serious. I'll just put some dots there, and then we'll take that and we'll shrink it down since that's really busy. And now we got a decent balanced, you know, informational flyer there. Probably even, what I like to do is kind of bring up the scale of that. I don't have to be that big, but you know. And then I always look at like scale and balance and things like that. Maybe we can make this a little bigger. Maybe back her up a little bit. Something like that. Yep. And then there we have it. There we have it. In 45 minutes, a nice little cool little fun little flyer. If you want to put some spark to it, you can do something like here, create a layer and set that to linear dodge. Select a brush, go get the star brush here. Let's say we get this is a good one here. We get the star brush and make sure that we can see it. Let me shrink it down. Okay. And since the theme is red, we'll go with the red glow. So we'll go with a dark first, right? And then yeah, we'll paint it. And then maybe paint that. Maybe paint some little spots in here we shrink it down because it's going to get hotter. So don't trip on, it ain't sparking yet. It's going to get hotter, but we got to warm it up first. Okay. Definitely here, and then here, and then let's start warming it up. So we're shrinking. No, we're actually, we can keep it like that. Maybe something in here, and I guess that's it for that. And you know, we just brighten it up. Just make it a little bit more brighter. Right there. And we may have to change the color a little bit because like this red is really not showing up through that other red, you know? So maybe we'll do it yellow there. And then let's make it hotter. And the more it get closer to the light, the more it's gonna like actually glow. Or should I say, the lighter it get, it's gonna actually start glowing. So we move more towards, you know, more white. See that? See what's happening there now. All right, and to really, you know, to really go on to get it, let me go ahead and make this over here. Let's see if we did that orange. Let's see if I can get a different response here. Nope, same thing. All right, no big deal. But what we can do here to put some emphasis that we got some gleam or some glit going on there, we can kind of use these two. So I'm gonna use this one first. Shrink it so we can see it. And kind of cut her neck, slice her little neck. Let's go back to the red. Oops. Let's see. And that really helps sell the glow. And over here. And I guess that's about it. For real. But see, the thing about it is, it's a lot more where this come from. I'm gonna tell you something. What we're gonna do with this flyer is very, very, very important for this lesson. If not, probably the most important thing that you learn from this lesson is using. Now, see, the hard part is done, right? We did the hard part. The hard part was actually the text. So since the text was the hard part, our following tutorials, we're going to be sneaky, not really let our clients really know what we really off into, and we're going to use these text as templates for other things. All right. So we're going to keep everything in place and kind of just move things around. You see what I'm saying? And keep the background going on. All right. So that wraps it for this tutorial. You know, took 50 minutes to train you. It shouldn't take you that long to actually put it together. But, you know, you want to be able to, this is another way, another approach, you know, from the other monotonous style flyers. This is a kind of a different style flyer. You know, it's a horizontal flyer, and they got a little bit more, you know, erratic information on it. It's more grittier, you know, more youthful, more urban, more stylish, you know what I mean? You know, kind of geared toward a young artist. I don't see nobody 40, 45, 50 going to something like this, but the youth, you know, they'd be interested in something like this. Anyway, I hope you benefited from this tutorial, but make sure y'all stay tuned, pay attention, move on to the next tutorial if you got the time. If not, pick up another day and watch how we actually take this, do an entirely different form, different people, but just change up the background. Use the same text as a placeholder. All right. So with that being said, thank you for watching. Until the next time, I'll see you in a minute. I'll see you when I spin it. Peace.